1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the America First Warehouse. This is the Know Your Enemies podcast, episode 54. I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting! Yeah, all day, every day. Hope everybody's having a good beginning of the week. We got a crazy news cycle this week, and Halloween's almost here, so all the goblins are happy, of course.
I'm trying to encourage him to stop with the goblins. We're trying to be more inclusive over here.
I am including them. They're all whacked out goblins. So they got, orcs and goblins.
I'm telling you,
some
of them are hot, dude.
Well,
I'm telling you
You
that.
can keep them caged up in your house.
I've been telling you that all along.
Yep.
There's chicks in the other crowd.
You like the ones with the septum rings and the face piercings.
No, I'm
and
just
the green
telling you
hair
the honest, God's honest truth.
I think you were bit by a goblin.
No, I'm just telling you. On the other side of the crowd, bro, there are hot chicks. You just gotta,
You gotta give them the makeover.
You gotta make it through the crowd.
Oh my God! So we got Donald Trump's on fire this week, man. He's kicking ass.
I'm encouraging him to interview all these people on the other side because
maybe.
Everyone deserves the right to criticize government. It's true. That's our right, and we're going to exercise it.
That's it. So we got Donald Trump has put out a new shot from the Oval Office. You see this one? A boss man picture. Pull this up. Look at the boss man right there. That is the look of I'm going to get revenge.
It almost looks like his mug shot.
Yeah, the serious mugshot, man.
He wishes he had a mugshot like mine.
Nobody has a mugshot like yours.
Thank you.
Yours was, you were just happy to be there. Like, listen, I didn't know what I did was good for the community, so here I am.
It just came out as a good mugshot. I appreciate all the help along the way to everyone.
Yeah. So Trump's been busy. He was all over the place. He was on a tour in Japan, and he was on the SS George Bush, and he even broke out his little dance for the troops, and they were pretty excited. Let's check this out. There he is.
I think with this song, he's trying to be inclusive. Don't you think?
Everybody loves this song.
I know. It's such a catchy song.
Look at that. The place was packed. Absolutely packed. So he was having a good old time on the ship, and they also unveiled some high-tech aircraft, which was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have a clip for that, but I saw them, and it was pretty amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
They I don't know. They look like planes, military fighter jets that were pretty futuristic looking. It was pretty awesome. Hell yeah. And then Trump was also talking about the whole thing with Israel, and J.D. Vance went down there. It's pretty funny. Let's roll this clip with Trump talking about if Gaza's going to be annexed or not with the West Bank.
Promised leaders this week that you would not allow Israel to annex the West Bank. Is that something that you...
I will not allow Israel to annex the West Bank. No, I will not allow it. It's not going to happen.
Did you speak with Netanyahu about this directly?
Yeah, but I'm not going to allow it. Whether I spoke to him or not, I did. But I'm not allowing Israel to annex the West Bank. There's been enough. It's time to stop now, okay?
Yeah, it's time to stop. So he said, this is what he said to the press in America, like, it's not going to happen.
Right, but you know what we saw.
Yeah, later on, we'll get into J.D. Vance and his trip down there.
Okay.
And, yeah, it's crazy. But while Trump was on fire this week, he was also talking about things that are going to be happening with Obama and his administration.
They're going to get locked up.
Yeah, let's go. Let's roll this clip.
Whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level.
Yeah. So the dude who's hitting the fan
Big Mike from making movies.
I don't know if they could do that. Big Mike is Big Mike.
It's true.
That's true. Big Mike's got some
The
swing.
only thing keeping Obama afloat.
Exactly.
That's the only thing keeping
Big Mike's
Obama afloat.
bench pressing you. That's all you got, man. That's all you got. So there's also a grand jury trial that's supposed to be taking place in January, which is pretty awesome. So a federal judge orders grand jury to convey in Fort Pierce, Florida on January 12, 2026 to investigate the deep state crossfire hurricane conspiracy and the Mar-a-Lago raid. It's about to get real, man. Yep.
It should be. And we're anxious to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're anxious to see something else that we'll talk about in another couple of topics.
Yeah. And then J.D. Vance. So let's get into him. He had a
so
little.
you wanna talk
he
about
had
it?
he had a little trip. He went down to Israel, and instead of going there to what was it?
The Wailing Wall.
Kiss the glory wall. What was it?
Yes.
The glory, the wall of glory, and that's what we call it. Because I don't know, we'll get into that on a later topic, but that's
I like
a
it.
thing in itself, right? It's not bad.
I like it goes into that story.
But you know how everybody's got to like put their hand on it.
Hold on
and, like,
tight
kiss it?
real quick. It requires the story of me picking up my son in like 4th grade, 5th grade from Catholic school. Did I tell you the story?
No.
So I pull up and he jumps in the car, and I guess one of his Catholic school friends gives him the finger. It was probably Johnny G-string. He gives him the finger, and my son rolls down the window and says, "You glory hole," in front of everybody. And I drive away, and I said to my son, I said, "Junior, you call your friends glory holes?" He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "The teacher hears you do it?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Does she have any beef with it?" And he goes, "No, she's cool with it."
Oh my God! She had no idea.
So I said, I said, "June, do you know what it is?" And he goes, "No."
Oh my God!
And I said, "But you call your boys glory hole?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I know it's not good."
I know it's not good. It's something. Oh, that's funny.
Sick.
So yeah, J.D. Vance was in Israel, and he went down there. You know how everyone's got to do their little ritual with the throw their yarmulke on
Yeah.
and put your hand on the wall and lick it and whatever you got to
Yeah.
do. So J.D. Vance was like, "Nope, I'm not doing that. It's not happening. I'm gonna go check out a church." So he pulled up at the Church of Holy. How do you pronounce it? Sepulchre. And let's check out
Holy
this video.
Sepulchre.
Holy Sepulchre.
Holy Sepulchre, now that we're talking about it, my grandparents are buried at Holy Sepulchre. My aunt and uncle are buried at Holy Sepulchre. My family has a plot at Holy Sepulchre right over here. And
You're getting buried there.
And I'm going to be at Holy Sepulchre, and I'm comfortable with that. I like Holy Sepulchre, and I love Jesus. I love all my fellow Americans and patriots, and we even love people that aren't American and patriots. We're trying to be inclusive over here. We want to let the other side know that we don't want to be labeled as whatever they're trying to label us as.
I really don't care if they label me whatever the hell they want.
J.D. Vance.
So let's go into this church, man. Roll this clip.
I'm working on him.
Roll this clip. So this is what J.D. Vance was doing over there instead of rubbing and molesting a wall.
This was all photo ops.
And I'm sorry, if you don't know, man, it's the remnants of a Roman fort, all right?
All right, I get it. But this is, obviously, if they had this kind of photo, attention paid toward this event.
This place is beautiful.
That it was made to be a spectacle.
Well, it's always going to be a spectacle. It's the vice president.
And I appreciate him not going and standing by his beliefs or whatever. But at the same time, they did, and we will talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that place, man. It's incredible.
Beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful.
The architecture alone is incredible.
So if you had the decision to make, I'm going to either go to this church or that wall, where are you going to go? We appreciate you going to the wall, but we also know what went down while you were there, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, it's true. So what else we got? We got the auto pens back in the news. So pull up this picture of the auto pen right here. So you see that signature right in the middle. It says Joseph Biden. So that signature right there was the auto pen signature, which Trump so conveniently placed right in between his two portraits for presidents. And because that's basically what Joe Biden was auto pen. So now it turns out that after determination and investigation, that all the auto pen signatures that are attached to any document, any pardon, or anything like that is now null and void. So that means that all the people,
all the pardons,
done. They're done. They no longer exist.
If that was me and my pardon was just void, I wouldn't even be at the mic. I would be totally locked up and getting fingerprinted.
Well, I think this is a lot bigger than that. This is a whole entire presidential administration.
That doesn't mean that they could just mail them indictments. They should still have to go through what any normal citizen would.
Yeah, I agree. They should. Absolutely.
Oh, honey, you have an indictment in the mail.
Right.
Oh, just forward it over to the firm that represents us.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not like you or I.
Yeah.
So
Trump put down a whole, going down the wall in the hallway of the leading to the Oval Office. Trump has all the different presidents. Starts off with Washington.
I get it.
Goes all the way down. So pull up this picture right as a.
And for Biden,
picture.
he's got like
yeah.
But it's still like a Mont Blanc.
So you have the mugshot photo, then you have the auto pen, and then you have Trump. Getting back on his throne, King Trump over here, the King of America for the next 3 years.
No, don't get me wrong. I think he's got a good mugshot.
He's talking about another run in 2028. If the term was interrupted, I don't think
it's allowed.
There's a lot of constitutional. Well, check it out. If Biden's presidency was a fraud and Trump was supposed to win and didn't get to serve that term, it's a whole bunch of legal hula hoops, but there is case law.
I like the idea of a libertarian president.
Yeah, well, at some point. But it is. Libertarians are soft.
What do you mean at some point?
At some point, we need a constitutional...
How conservative are you? Do you like the idea of a smaller government or a bigger government?
I want small government. Small government. Keep your hands out of.
So if you like small government like a conservative, well then you probably like really small government like a libertarian.
Yeah.
You think
but the only problem was
conservatives are probably cool with vaccinations. Are you cool with vaccinations?
Hell no.
So you sound like more of a libertarian.
We got 5 seconds. But the only problem with it is they don't have the steam behind them that they need. Let's go to break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Robert Cornicelli doesn't write for attention. In What is White, Cornicelli exposes an uncomfortable truth. Whiteness isn't an identity, it's a weapon, one used to divide us, while the system thrives on guilt and control. It's for everyday Americans ready to push past guilt, question the lies, and reclaim who they are. Proceeds support the Veteran Recovery Coalition, helping veterans rebuild their lives. What is White? Available now.
Who broke the television? Can we laugh at that? Sounds a little mean.
As of this week, public gay sex will now be mandatory. Parts.
Am I the only one that could see his lips move?
Cheekbones, baby.
I'm sorry, maybe I overreacted.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America, from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice all across the country.
Country 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
All right. We are back for segment 2. So what else we got in the news here? We got Letitia James, right? She just had to march her ass to court in front of a judge and plead not guilty for bank fraud. And she's facing up to 30 years in jail. How awesome is that? Oh, my God. So the same things that she was accusing Trump of turned out she was doing.
Can I tell a story quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I was trying to buy a house. It was in Middle Island, and I was trying to buy it with an FHA mortgage and say that it was my primary residence. And I was literally planning on buying it as a primary residence. And I had on my current residence an equity line of credit, and I wasn't using it, and it was for like $350,000. And I was trying to buy this house and get a regular loan to buy it, a FHA mortgage, and sell my house and go buy that house. And for whatever reason, Bank of America was cool with it until the last day before closing, and they denied the loan. And they called me up and said, we're not going to fund the loan. And I said, why not? They said, because you're not going to live there. And I said, yeah, I am going to live there. I'm going to sell my house and move there and renovate that and move on or whatever, or live there, depending on how I do with it. And they denied my loan, and I told the loan officer at Bank of America, I said, you guys are going to fund this loan whether you like it or not. And if you want, I'll explain. And he goes, yeah, please do, because we're denying your loan. And I said, yeah, the day before closing. And he said, yeah, so how are you going to fund it with our money? I said, because I have an open line of credit from your bank, and I'm just going to go to the closing tomorrow and write the check and buy the house. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I went to the closing the next day. There was a cloud on title. A judgment came up, and normally Bank of America wouldn't close on it, but I made the call myself to buy the house regardless of the judgment, because I would pay the judgment off, which was only a couple $1,000. I think it was like $6,000.
Yeah.
And the house was worth it to me to buy the house and take on that judgment and clear it up.
Yeah.
But if I had not been denied by Bank of America, if I had not had that set up prior, I would never have been able to purchase the property.
Exactly. So it's good to know, for people in the future.
Yeah.
So Candace Owens is back in the news. So she went on a vacation, and then she came back. So I got one of the videos. It's Asset 10. We're going to skip the next one. And then let's play this real quick, see what she's talking about, and then we'll get further into it.
Not making up these messages. Okay, turning point. Actually, Mikey McCoy has access to all of Charlie Kirk's messages. They can tell you that these ones are real. Here's what he wrote. We were again talking about Kanye. Charlie wrote to me, you're going to be the Iron Lady of America. He had such a political vision for me. I never wanted that sort of a thing. I see it so freaking clearly. I might be Moses, though. I might not see this whole thing through. LMAO. If that is the case, be my David. I said, dude, you haven't even realized your power yet. You're so young, was what I was thinking. He said, if I tell you the true prophecy that I know in my gut, it's really sad, but I hope it's wrong. He went on to say, anyway, I am not sure if I will live to see the end of this revolution. I believe you were the piece that God meant me to meet that will finish the fight. Since the beginning of TPUSA, I knew in my gut that I might get wiped out at any time. I cannot explain it, but I dream about it all the time, like all the time. Anyway, that's depressing combo for another time, LMAO. I said, that's weird, more of a fear manifestation than an actualization. He said, I'm not really afraid of it, but I'm just telling you what I know to be true.
Yep.
And he told me that. He told me that. I don't know why. Charlie knew he was going to die young, and I don't know. I just felt like I needed to share that because it is in part why the moment that Charlie got shot, I just knew.
Yep. So she's digging, man.
And so anybody that tries to discredit her they should honestly be compassionate toward her and follow her, because I'm sure she's just
trying to get down to the truth.
She's following her heart.
You know, she wants to know the truth as well as everybody else that wants to know the truth. And to this day, we still don't believe that kid Tyler was the shooter.
And we'll never be told the truth. Well, and not until maybe the next Donald Trump comes along 30 years from now. Or the next. You don't think?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot quicker than that, because you got a lot of people looking into this. And this is a trajectory analysis I did on my own, and what I found was just mind-blowing. And I haven't seen too many people putting this out. So let's hit up asset number 11.
All right, I've had enough of this bullshit. So what I did was I took the slow-mo video and I slowed it down in my video editing program. This is what I got. You clearly see behind Charlie, it's the background, right? Watch this. That black. Pay attention to that black outline. Bang! Right there. You see the cross that goes across it? That's the blood splatter from the shot from behind. Right there. Clear as day. You see it goes across, creates an X. Not the big thick one, the thin one going across. Watch again. Nothing there. Here he's alive. Watch. Bang! Right there. You see that cross? It's like
you see a little thin line. It looks like an X.
Now, that
X
shot.
wasn't there. The little
right.
thin
like
line.
I've been saying, it's clear as day. There you go. We'll zoom out a little bit. All right, we'll bring it back. You see the splatter go off to the left a little bit? That's the impact of the shot. I actually caught the bullet coming out of his neck just before, right there. Look, right there. You see that angle? That's the bullet penetrating through, and then it comes through, and you see his neck snap back with the hole. All right? I'm tired of the lies, tired of the conspiracy theories. Enough of this shit already. Look, bang, his neck snapped back with the hole. Let's go back again, in case you missed it. All right, there's the bullet before it actually penetrated through the skin. There's the shock from getting the shot. All right, look behind his head. There he is alive again. Look, pay attention to the background.
As soon as his head dips, that little stream appears.
Look, right there. There you see the cross-section right there, and a little bit of splatter that kicks off to the left. Right there.
There's no hole in his neck
there's
yet.
The bullet. There's the hole. Stop playing fucking games with us.
Now I got the bullet before his head.
Here's
His
the
head
bullet
too.
coming from behind Charlie. Here's the flash from the window, right behind Charlie.
That was the back right corner.
And here's the bullet speeding by his leg, right?
If you look by his right knee, you'll see a little gray streak go whizzing by.
You're going to look exactly in front of his right knee. You'll see it go by. Yo, enough of the cover-up,
Right
guys.
there.
Let's go, man. We're not this stupid.
And then it goes out of frame. Bang.
I slowed it down as much as I could. Let's go, guys. Get this out. Enough is enough.
Yep.
We got to find out who was in that building immediately. Let's go.
And you could find all this stuff through the geolocators of the phones, unless the guy didn't have a phone, which probably would make sense if it was a professional hit. But we want answers, man. Like, there's no way that his head does a dip real quick, and then there's no hole in his neck. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense, and I haven't seen anybody put that together like I have. So share that out. Make sure you get it out to everybody. So we're going to jump into another video real quick. We're going to jump into COVID. So I have a guest coming on tonight that was around through the height of everything, started up groups with the adverse reactions and logged them and got the groups deleted. And it was a big dude, man. Like, he built up a lot of different groups that had a lot of testimonies. But let's play this Dance of Death video. This is what was going on under COVID. We'll just play the intro.
After Europe approved the COVID vaccine for kids, excessive deaths among children increased by 755%. Recent studies now prove that the COVID vaccines are being transmitted to children through the vaccinated mother's breast milk. A recent Harvard study shows that the COVID vaccines are far more dangerous than COVID-19 itself.
And they're still pushing these things now.
And
Like,
the
it's
CDC
crazy.
has quietly acknowledged all this. All of of these facts were once explicitly labeled false by the mainstream narrative. The awakening masses are now aware that these experimental vaccines are deadly and that we are all being lied to. But we still don't know what these mysterious poisons are doing to our bodies. Macroscopic research has shown us that some of these vaccines contain graphene oxide and what appears to be self-assembling nanotech. Morticians have found massive inorganic so-called clots growing inside the vascular systems of the deceased vaccinated.
The embalmers are finding these things in a lot of people.
The FDA has been using transhumanist slogans to push the latest COVID booster shots. So it isn't surprising that people are now questioning the vaccine when it comes to a strange new phenomenon being captured by security cameras from around the world.
Now this is a weird pattern.
Several videos show people suffering from the same strange attack. First, they act as if they see something over their shoulder, compelling them to turn their head. As the head turns, the body follows. An arm lifts as if to point at what they are seeing. Their body then spirals into collapse and begins to spasm.
Looks like he's being spiritually attacked.
Dude, it's crazy. They all do the spin, and then their arm goes up.
They all look over their shoulders to the right.
And then spinning into collapse.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So all of this stuff got swept under the rug, and they wouldn't let these videos out during COVID. But there's a lot of them, man. So they all look to the right, do a spin, the arm goes up, and they drop.
These videos do not appear to be a hoax.
It's all the same kind of motion.
What is this?
Lady's getting her nails done.
It has people speculating about 5G. And has others thinking about CERN.
So we're going to be discussing this when we come back for the break. And,
this is incredible.
Yeah, a lot of shady stuff went on. So when we get back, we'll bring in our special guest. Stay tuned. I'll see you in a minute.
Judges, broken families, families torn apart. This isn't justice. If you've been wronged by the system, join us. Don't stand alone. Hi, I'm Gary Jacobs, president of Americans for Legal Reform. We're the oldest legal reform group in the United States. The justice system in the United States should be transparent, fair, and open to everybody and accessible. Unfortunately, many times that's not the case. At Americans for Legal Reform, we are here to help. Join the movement. Visit AmericansForLegalReform.com and help reform the system before it fails you.
My name is Elena Ruseva, aka Megalangela. Please check my art at www.megalangela.vip.
Are you a musician, comedian, actor, filmmaker, or artist who stands for traditional American values? Do you believe in the preservation of our nation, our culture, and our freedoms? If you share our passion for America and want to use your talents to make a difference, we want to hear from you. Our mission is clear. Through the arts, we uphold the principles of freedom, faith, family, and the American spirit. It's time to step up to the mic and make your voices heard. So contact us at AmericanConservativeArtists.com. The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club, founded in 1875. Situated in President Trump's hometown in Queens, New York, we are America First MAGA Republicans, empowering fellow Republicans to get involved in the game of politics at the grassroots level. We host inspiring monthly club meetings on the first Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. For more information, please go to our website at www.qvgop.org.
It's Tuesday here at the America First Warehouse. I am Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket.
Freddie Rubino here with my podcast. That's what I'm talking about. Coming to you live from the most patriotic venue in the land.
Welcome to Right for America.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to Tune In Tuesday of the Patriots Podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night at 7:30.
Another edition of On the Right Side here, and you can catch us weekly, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
And welcome to Liberty's Cage, where we rip the veil off America's broken justice system. Prisons that crush spirits and a society that shuns people who have paid their price.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kevin Downey Jr. Podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
All right. We are back. Steve, what are we doing, Steve? What are we doing?
Fighting!
So we got a special guest today. I got Tiago Fernando coming on. He's an AI programmer and the creator of Died Suddenly News and Vaccine.
We never got to talk about the thing about the...
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the next one.
Come on, bro.
So he's going to be here joining us, and let's bring him on. Welcome to the show, Tiago.
Hey, what's going on, boys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, man. Very good.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Pleasure.
So me and you both have been following this whole COVID charade since the beginning. And tell a little bit about what you were going through with the censorship, the groups that you created, all the testimonies and the people, and give us a little light on that subject.
Yeah, back when it started, I started Died Suddenly News. It was all about the vaccine injured. It was, I would say, probably one of the most heavily censored groups around the world. It was the fastest growing Facebook group in history. 20,000 people a day were joining. Everybody from all over the world were reporting all their adverse reactions from the COVID-19 vaccine, from mild reactions right up until death. And then I started getting a lot of press coverage, and then the BBC contacted Facebook, I think the higher ups in Facebook, through what's called a backdoor portal that they have with government. And they basically shut down the group. So I had to keep on creating other groups with different names and, just a cat and mouse type game.
Yeah, you're not the only one. There's other people like that too that they keep shutting down. They keep having. I know one of them's like Pinac News. Photography is not a crime. It happens to people constantly.
Yeah. Well, under what Facebook was doing with the medical misinformation tabs, they were just striking everybody down the minute you mentioned anything.
Yeah.
And,
so we basically invented talking in code. So instead of saying vaccine or vaccine injury, we would put pictures of carrots. And then the BBC wrote a whole article. Yeah, it was crazy. We had our own language in there, and we lasted for months and months and months.
Yeah, I remember that. And the biggest thing I think they were taking down the quickest was the testimony from the people. There was a lot of video testimony, and they were showing evidence like, look, my arm was fine before, and now I have no circulation whatsoever. My arm's black and rotting off my body, and just so many people with testimonies. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was an amazing time in a terrible way.
Yeah, it woke a lot of people up.
It was crazy. Yeah, that's exactly right, guys. For me, it was unbelievable. I never thought in a million years that I'd be doing and creating Facebook groups for for vaccine injury. I do other stuff. Like you mentioned before, I do AI programming and I do Forex trading, and that's my kind of thing. So I never thought I'd be getting into this kind of thing. And, what we encountered with the censorship was incredible, unbelievable.
It was. And working with AI, let's get into some AI stuff. So have you heard of organoids yet?
No. What is, sorry?
All right, so organoids. They're being created in labs right now to replace the processing systems of the computers. And it's pretty freaky, man. They're little human brains that they're growing in petri dishes, and they're programming these things to basically take over the AI processing systems instead of having these big heated systems with the cooling towers and using up water. And because they figured out the brain is the most efficient thing that you could have for running large amounts of data. So now they're putting that in action on some, Twilight Zone stuff.
Yeah, I've heard of similar things like that being developed in the AI industry. I think their biggest challenge is what's called material science. They need the correct materials to use to make these impulses of information as fast as they can. Once they correct that kind of thing, then yeah, it's a full go, 100%. But I think the biggest obstacle right now is material science.
Yeah. And as far as, like, we push on the show a lot, a digital bill of rights. Do you think that the public and America should have a digital bill of rights against, like, hostile algorithms and AI machine
or even
learning?
to just control our privacy?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think with any industry, with any new technology, emerging technology, you're going to have the good guys and then you're going to have the bad guys trying to use it really bad. It's no different than having a knife. You can do good things with a knife or you can do really bad things with a knife. So I think in America, I'm Canadian. I live in Europe now. I live in Portugal, but in the United States, you guys are very lucky. I think you're much more awake and advanced than in Canada. Canada is a very woke country. But for you guys, yeah, you should definitely have a digital bill of rights to curb a lot of the problems that can potentially come from artificial intelligence, for sure. And they're going to try everything on you guys, to slip in, CBDCs, mobile driver's licenses, and they're going to start. You have to start with a small framework. They can't do it all at once.
Now, how implemented in Canada is the digital ID systems? Is that like starting to spread?
Yeah, they're starting to talk about it. People are very accepting. That's why I left Canada. Canada, you got in America, you have in the United States, you have a lot of freedom fighters. You have guys like yourselves, forward-thinking, freedom-type individuals, and there's a lot of you guys. In Canada, it's like I think it's a very small minority. More are waking up, I'll admit that. But for the most part, like I'm from Toronto, and when you go into Toronto and you go into any bank, you go into any grocery store, it's like pride flags everywhere. Like here in Europe, there's none of that. So I don't know how it is in the United States, but the last time I was in the States was a couple of years ago in San Francisco. I didn't see too much of that, but in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, it's out of control. Antifa riots, pride flags, pride events like every month. Like it's incredible.
Wow. Yeah, they did a good job of degrading societies around the world. It's a shame.
Do you think that Castro's son played a role?
Yeah, I think no, I know who you're talking about. I think he's no more than what you call a mid-level manager. He's too, let's not forget he used to be a substitute teacher in British Columbia. So nobody can tell me that a substitute teacher, can run a country. That's like me telling you guys, we're going to take this guy Trudeau, who's a substitute teacher, bring him down to Detroit, Michigan to run the Ford Motor Company. Somebody's got to be telling him what to do. He's not that smart.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So going forward, let's jump back into the COVID stuff. Have you seen a lot more people now refusing the shots in your areas? Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. There are even flu shots, just all the other regular RSV shots, flu shots. Nobody's taking anything because they're all scared. They all carry mRNA. So if you go look at the district school boards in Canada, there's a huge drop in vaccination intake. I know there is in the United States as well, because I post pieces about that all the time. So the word is out. I think they overplayed their hand a little bit too much with COVID, and now they don't want to get anything.
Yeah. So what do you have to say to all the people that have to conform with the vaccine mandates for their children to attend school?
Great question. I always tell people to homeschool. There's the homeschooling option. Do everything you can in your power to homeschool, even if you have to get somebody who's retired, who's willing to take the kids in the neighborhood, and because they can homeschool right onto the computer and to watch them while the parents are at work. I've seen that happen a couple times in some communities in Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island in Canada. So you can do it. It's how bad does the community want to get this done?
Right. I agree 1,000%. Prince Edward Island, how is that place? I've seen it on the map, but never had the opportunity to go.
Brother, I'll tell you something. If you want to go to Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, East Coast of Canada, if you guys are seafood lovers like lobsters and all that, it's the best and cheapest place to go. It's a little boring. It's cold. But other than that, it's a nice place. The people are beautiful people that are there on the East Coast. But like I said, they're very, very woke, very left-wing type people. They do everything that the government tells them to do.
It's all right. I drive a Toyota Prius.
You're borderline. You're flirting with liberalism, but you'll be all right.
I never get pulled over.
But you got the big battery, though, at least, right?
No, my Prius just keeps me out of trouble. Keeps me out of trouble, and it keeps me out of the gas station.
Yeah. So we got about a minute 40 seconds left in this segment. So give us a little bit about your background. What got you into the fight of freedom fighting and really paying attention to what's going on?
Oh, I'm almost 52 years old, so I started noticing all this in the mid 90s, or about 96, 97. So I was onto these bastards for quite a long time, and then the COVID thing hit, and then I started noticing all my neighbors around me getting vaccine injured. One guy got paralyzed. His wife couldn't move her arm for 6 months after the shot. So I started noticing all this.
52 or 62?
52.
52.
Okay, so what month?
Yeah, November 29.
What is that? Scorpio?
Sagittarius.
Sag. Okay. What are you?
Yeah.
Gemini.
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh man, cool beans, man.
All right.
I love it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Everybody vibes different.
Yeah.
But that's good, man.
So you started seeing all your neighbors get injured, and it was like blatant in your face, but everyone else was being brainwashed. But it was blatant. Yeah. It was blatantly in your face. And the same thing with us.
Yeah.
But there was the whole brainwashed clique, which was 99% of society.
The best was stand on the sticker. Stand on the sticker. Everybody stand on your sticker. And
I took the I voted sticker
elementary
and put it right on my license plate, like right over the numbers.
All right,
as soon as they gave me the
we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our special guest on the other side.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Gold and silver, it's God's money, and we all need it. Unfortunately, the whole precious metals industry is rigged in favor of the wealthy people. In fact, it's so complicated that 95% of all Americans don't own any precious metals. What the industry needed was a way for us to buy fractional units of precious metals, get free storage in a secure vault, have them insured, take physical possession of the metals, or instantaneously liquidate the assets at one of the highest buyback prices in the industry. Well, now there is. It's called a sound money account, and everybody needs one. With a membership, you can start buying gold and silver with as little as $1. Now that fits everyone's budget. Also, our members can gift gold and silver between each other in our Sound Money accounts. What a great way to pass on generational wealth. You'll be able to rest easier knowing you have the security and flexibility found in having your very own Sound Money account. Please scan the QR code or go to tafwsoundmoney.com to learn more. The America First Warehouse wants every American to have access to owning their very own precious metals.
Live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Country 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the America First Warehouse Know Your Enemies podcast, episode 54. Can't believe it's 54 already. It's crazy.
54 episodes. So, Diego, yeah, unbelievably blatant in front of our faces to those who saw it, but to the others, they were brainwashed. They didn't see it. They didn't listen. They didn't want to see it. They wanted to trust their doctors. We don't blame them. But in reality, things need to be looked into. Did you see the other day that while J.D. Vance was in Israel, that they annexed the West Bank in front of him?
Yeah.
What was your take on that?
I don't. Well, all I could say about these kind of things in with Israel and Palestine is we live in 2025. So my thing with that is we're smart enough. I think we're evolved enough where we can diplomatically talk things out with the leaders. There's been some bad things that the Israelis said on that they've done, and then there's bad things that the Palestinians have done. I don't understand why they can't get along, sort of thing. And I know that they come to an agreement finally. And there's supposed to be a ceasefire, so we'll see what happens afterwards.
It was crazy to see all the people linked to Israel as members of the high-ranking, basically executives of the CDC and so forth.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Well, all of them. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think there's a lot of let's say it's tilted toward the Jewish end.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if it's all. We don't know if it's all.
There's too much Israeli influence in our government, medical systems, and every facet of the way our system works,
including media,
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's and the thing is, there's a small percentage of Israelis worldwide. But yet they seem to be in positions of power all over the world with, let's take, for example, what you guys have said in the healthcare, FDA, BlackRock, Pfizer, Albert Bourla,
President
Jewish,
of Mexico.
Right?
I mean, in all,
how did a shine bomb become president of Mexico?
At all respect for them as a people, like some of the most important people in my life are Jewish. But at the same time, while our president's saying, I'm not going to allow it, and then while our vice president is in the country, they invite him to a meeting while they do it in front of him.
He said it was weird at first.
And then he said it was weird. Because he was
what do you
probably
think
like,
about it?
oh my
It's
God.
weird.
But at the same time, if I was in that situation and I saw them annexing the West Bank, I'd be like, you guys are playing with fire. You're going to get yourselves cut off. And I want this on camera. I'm saying it right now. Make it a note while they're doing this. They're not going to, or do something monumental to recognize the moment of, disrespect, because they were clearly trying to disrespect him.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I think when all this is said and done, boys, I think
It'll be annexed.
I don't know if you guys know Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, the Kushner family. I think he said it best. You're going to see a Trump Tower golf course on the Gaza Strip for sure. So that's me personally. That's what I think. You mean either? I don't trust him at all. He's part of his family. I don't know if you know the history with his father, but I think there has to be a distinction between the Jews and the Zionists. I think there's a big distinction in between there. So when we talk about Jews, I don't talk about the guy, my neighbor down the street
You're not
with
talking
the
about the
curly
most important
side.
people that
I'm not talking about those guys.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
clique.
Yeah, I'm talking about the gang, the
the
criminal
upper
organization.
echelon of the Jewish people that study the Torah and think that Jesus is burning an excrement and that we're all animals and goyim.
Well, I don't
Those
know.
are the people
I don't
that are
know
addressing.
what there's. I don't really know. All I know is that I have a bunch of them that I rely on that I regard as totally close friends.
Yeah. One of my best friends, he runs a big Patriot group. My buddy Jay, he's Jewish. Love the guy to death. I would go to battle for him.
So it's not it's not people that these people even know.
No.
Right.
No.
We're talking about
it's not. Yeah. We're talking about on another level, criminal cartel on a they own banking, the Bank for International Settlements, the International Monetary Fund. They're all run by Zionist Jewish families.
So tell us about the family.
His father is they're Zionists. They're in the club. They go to they're in the Israeli parliament. The other day, Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump were standing up clapping in the Israeli parliament, and they're in the club.
Yeah,
she's in the club.
Ivanka converted.
Ivanka
converted.
Yes, absolutely. They're in the club.
And Jared Kushner owns the building of 666. And it gets very weird when you start looking into Kushner. He's got a little too much power for his own good, And then I saw Netanyahu say, "Oh, I've known him since he was a kid. I've known him since he was like this big."
Interesting.
Yes, because they're all together with the father. His Jared Kushner's father is a huge billionaire real estate magnate who got pardoned by President Trump. So it's all they're in that club. They're in that Zionist club.
Yeah, and I think there is a pressure on Trump with this whole thing.
I wonder what his father was pardoned for.
I don't know.
I think it was something to do with taxes, fraud and taxes of his real estate dealings. But they're definitely in the club. I mean that those are the guys, who, when what's his name, Prime Minister Netanyahu comes to the United States, where does he stay? He stays at Jared Kushner's place.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. That's how close they are. That's crazy. It's very weird relationship, but. I'm a big Christian, and I believe the Bible 100%. I look at it as everything in there is fact, and we're supposed to be able to apply. And Jesus talked about Jews that said they're Jews, but they're not. And those are the people we're talking about, the people that he referred to coming out of the synagogue of Satan. All right, it's Revelation 2:9-3:9, and those are the specific people that we're talking about, not the common people that we love and they're part of our society. It's beyond that, and you have to be aware of spiritually what's going on, and if you're not, you get swallowed. But it is what it is.
Yes, two people, two doctors actually that are in my Facebook group. They're Jewish, and they privately told me that to be careful with that extra realm, with the other realm of Zionism. They said to me, it doesn't 100% exist. They are essentially a criminal cabal onto themselves.
Yeah,
they do whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you start reading like the books, it's right there in the Talmud. It says everything right there. Like you can lie, and if they're not Jewish, or you can lie to them, you can steal from them, and it doesn't matter. Yeah. And then it gets even weirder where they start talking about having relations with 3-year-olds, and like
yes, and it's allowed, and it's allowed if they're not Jewish. Yes, You're correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
I read the same thing. Yeah,
it's disturbing.
Yeah, it's very disturbing, and these are the people. Don't forget that control the Bank for International Settlements, the central bank above. And don't forget, I don't know if you guys know or not, but there's a book. It's called The Tower of Babel, and it's about the Bank for International Settlements. And this bank is basically a power onto its own in Switzerland. And it's so powerful that in the description of the bank, the authorities in Switzerland are not allowed on the premises without their express consent, and they have their own passports that they're allowed to travel with around the world, and they get diplomatic status. They're not allowed to be checked at any airports.
Wow, diplomatic immunity, man. That's like the highest clearance.
And they're all Zionists?
Yes, they're all controlled specifically by various factions of Zionist families. So the Bank for International Settlements is number one above all central banks, and then number two is the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. So I've been doing quite a bit of research on these people, and the web. You have to go right to the top, the web at the top. And it'll tell you a lot, but the Bank for International Settlements is very secretive. You guys should look them up. Look up their building. Even their building looks evil in Basel, Switzerland. It's basically a country onto itself. Nobody can do anything to them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Switzerland's got a lot of weird stuff going on. They also have the hydrogen particle collider up there, and
CERN.
CERN, yeah. All right, and then they had that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you guys ever notice in Switzerland that they never get into a war? They're never part of a war.
Completely neutral.
You know why? Because all the major Jewish Zionist families all live there, and their headquarters for the World Economic Forum, the IMF, the World Health Organization, all of those corporations are all in Switzerland.
Yeah, and that's you can't touch the monetary gains over there either. So they don't disclose any financial records for anybody to the United States.
Yeah.
So that's pretty weird.
Nothing.
Insanity.
Yes. Oh yeah, but yeah, you know what? The
rabbit hole goes deep.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
The good news is people are waking up all over the world, and they're starting to become informed, and all of these things that 25 years ago,
Well, you could thank Charlie Kirk. He woke up a whole society of people.
Yeah. You had that. You had the John Birch Society, the LaRouche Foundation throughout the years, and like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. And then now you have the internet where you don't need to go into some closed-door meeting in an auditorium and hear like a bunch of 80-year-olds speak about, communism and the bad effects of the 45 communist goals and the Rockefellers and the Council on Foreign Relations and all these groups. You can just look it up on the internet and you could find all the stuff you need, So it's good.
True. A lot of people weren't looking before, but thanks to Charlie Kirk, many more people are paying attention, doing research, and they want answers.
That's it. Yeah, we got about 15 more seconds. Where can people support you, go follow you, and where could they do that?
Just come to Facebook. My group is VaxiLeaks. And come on over. It's free to join, and check out our page and see all the vaccine injuries, see all the vaccine type news. And you'll be pretty informed. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, thanks for coming on the show. It's a pleasure having you
tonight. I'll be in touch.
Thank you for having me.
You have a blessed night, brother.
Take care.
You too.
And
Thank you, guys.
We will see you on the next one, episode 55, next week, Tuesday, 6 o'clock. I'm James Justice, Stephen Ruth. We're out of here. Peace.